All right, welcome Hornet fans to Maumelle Hornet football on the Maumelle Sports Network, and it is senior night here from Hornet Stadium. We are excited to bring you Week 10 action as we wrap up the regular season as your Hornets do battle with the Beebe Badgers. And let me introduce you to our crew tonight. As always, on the production is Kayla Fletcher on our main cam, Christian Webb on our field cam will be Kristen Henson. I am Steve Henson, and joined as always by my broadcast partner, Tyler Chenal. Tyler, how are you tonight? Oh.
Am I there now? Yep. All right. That sounds a little bit better. Now, Steve, it's a great night. Warmed up a little bit. I'm sure we know some football players and coaches that are happy that it warmed up a little bit today, as it was, as opposed to the last few days.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Obviously, down there at field level with Coach Maupin, he said, he's glad that it's a little cooler tonight. The cramping and the humidity and everything we dealt with last week, and this is more closer to football weather. I think, obviously we've got a trip on the horizon next week to Northeast Arkansas where it's going to be a little chillier. It's supposed to be a little chillier by next Friday. So maybe a good game to kind of get you acclimated to a little bit of that cold weather.
Yeah, 100%. It's an acclimation game. But, they've had all week in the cold. They've practiced in the cold and all. So they're kind of getting used to it, something you really want to be ready for. You don't like the first game that really matters to be that first one that's extremely cold.
Yeah, no doubt. It was funny. Last year we had a similar situation in the playoffs when Mills had to go to Shiloh Christian. And they walked into a buzzsaw at Shiloh Christian. It was about 18 degrees, ice on the ground. That was a very cold football game, and Mills kind of paid for it throughout. So that was a tough one. But this is a big Friday night. Obviously, we joked down there. I said, I wouldn't have been surprised if you would have called in sick tonight and stayed up in Conway tonight for what will be a huge matchup in a 7A Central Championship game up in Conway between former Bryant head coach Buck James and Conway and the Bryant Hornets. So that should be a good one. We've got the national anthem playing, so we will join that currently. All right, great job by the Hornet Band bringing us the national anthem. And now all of our seniors make their way up the sidelines, and we're going to honor our seniors tonight. Number 0, Alan Timmons. Number 1, Elijah Newell. Number 5, Cato Hunter. Number 7, Jason Barham. Number 8, Karsten Hilliard. Number 9, Jeremiah Armstrong. Number 10, Michael Candler Jr. Number 13, Jalen Joyner. Number 33, Dalen Larry. Number 44, Khalil Thomas. Number 56, John Bishop. Number 59, Doug Bjork. And number 64, Tristan Brown will be your captains tonight for the ball game.
I want to make sure to clarify that Joyner, he's number 3. They got him down.
Oh, they do.
What you got, but he is number 3.
Yeah, I should have known that. He's been 3 since he's been here. I just was reading off the list. But this is going to be a fun one. Obviously, a bit of a small senior class. Obviously, we know this has been a young team, all year. A team that has now grown up. We're not young anymore, other than the few freshmen that have made their way up over the last couple of weeks. But this is a senior class that has kind of become the building blocks for what Coach Maupin is putting together. Obviously we talk about these guys throughout the year. Alan Timmons is a guy who's made his mark on this team year after year since I've been here covering Maumelle. A guy like Elijah Newell, a special athlete who's just turned in a brilliant senior season, and he looks to cap that off tonight. Karsten Hilliard, another one of those guys who's really come on in this senior class as well. So excited to send these seniors off, and hopefully we're able to do it with a W tonight.
Yeah, and for Coach Maupin, that second senior class, That one's pretty big because the first one, right, it's your first senior class as a head coach and all, and that's nice. But you really always will have a connection with them, but you didn't get to spend as much time with them. This is the first senior group that he's been able to spend an entire offseason, an entire year, depending upon when you get hired with. So it's, somebody that you have a special connection with. Coach McNabb at Marlton, my class was his second senior class. So I've been through it, and there's something different about that second one that you've now had a whole cycle with them on top of what you had that first year. And
you're seeing that, as we've talked about all year long, that mop and stamp being placed on this program. So as we await our Hornets to come out of the tunnel here, and it's really cool. Finally at least the seniors get to experience that. I know they got to do it last week, but I know they're excited to be able to experience that this year and run out that tunnel and come out of that indoor facility. And they won't get the full effects of getting to use it like the classes going forward, but they can say that they're the first senior class to do senior night and run out of that tunnel. So excited for these young men, excited for a big matchup here tonight against what is a very physical. It's not an overly talented Beebe team, but it's a Beebe team that is very physical. They will hit you. And they want to play spoiler tonight. They want to come out and get a good taste in their mouth as they head into the postseason or into the offseason, as this is their final game. So this is going to be a tough one against Beebe here tonight.
Yeah, it's a team, like you said, unfortunately for Beebe, that in terms of postseason play, they don't have anything to play for, right? They're already eliminated, and really the Central's already set in terms of the 4 teams. Now they're still to decide where 1 through 3 is going to lay. We know who 4 is. 4 is right here, but it's a team that they're playing for the future too. They're trying to have, like you said, a good taste in their mouth as they go through the offseason. Makes the offseason a little bit more bearable if you can end on a W.
And here come the Hornets as they make their way out onto the field. And we are set and ready for our Akel's kickoff. I want to say thanks to our sponsors tonight, American Pie Pizza, Akel's Flooring Carpet at Home. And let me get over here and make sure that I don't miss anybody tonight. Of course, Akel's American Pie Pizza, Acre Family Pharmacy. And I'm doing terrible right now. As well as PI Roofing are your sponsors for tonight's game. So we are just about set. Hornets will get the ball first and go out on offense. And we'll see Elijah Newell go back deep. We'll see if he even gets a chance to touch it here to start the ball game.
I mean, he's been electric. I mean, we still haven't got that return on that punt return, or we'll give him a kick return too, but maybe we'll see one tonight.
Yeah, he's done it just about every which way possible this year. 3 interceptions last week, including the pick 6. He had, I think, right at 90 yards receiving, 60-something yards rushing. I mean, Elijah Newell's really just done it all. And this is a game, though, to your point. The Hornets are set. We're at the 4 seed. We'll talk about the implications of this final week of the season as we go through the broadcast. But this is a game where obviously you want to play well, you want to keep the rhythm going, but you also want to come out of this game as healthy as you possibly can before you make that long trip to Valley View next week. So Akel's kickoff, and Newell's going to get a chance as he corrals it at the 5. Cuts back inside, looking for some room. He's going to be tackled as he crosses the 20 out to the 21-yard line, and that's where the offense will get things started.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Maupin down on the field, he's going to get a few seniors. He's going to start all the seniors he can right here, so you're going to see a few new numbers. We'll make sure that we point those out for you. But a few guys you hadn't seen as much, just want to make sure he honors those guys that have worked hard, and that this is their last time at home to put on that Hornet jersey. Yeah, you'll see obviously a lot of those guys. Cato Hunter split out wide. I think is that Worsham in the backfield. 44.
No, that's not. So we're gonna have to dig into I think that's Armstrong, but
that's one of the seniors he's talking about. He said 44 is gonna start in the backfield.
Yeah, he did, and I lost it. So I got to dig through here and find my actual roster again. So as the Hornets get back on the line of scrimmage, and we've got a PI Roofing penalty on the field, so wait and see what this is about on 2nd down and 6.
They knew you needed a little bit more time to get the roster pulled up.
And make sure we give that young man the right. Khalil Thomas, of course, that's the name he gave us while we were down there. So Khalil Thomas gets the opening carry of the game, goes 4 yards. That's not a bad average to start the game, 4 yards per carry. And they'll go back to Thomas again. This time Thomas got no room to run, out to the 20-yard line. And now the Hornets will make those switches as Hilliard as well as Bubba Johnson into the backfield.
You can kind of see the physicality of that Beebe front seven, coming up and stopping the run right there. Is one they're going to be hard to move. They got some big guys up there.
Yeah, this is a Beebe team that knew it would be a struggle this year, but they've battled at times. Bjork rolling to his right. He tosses it up, nearly picked off. This ball is going to be intercepted by Beebe at the 35. Hornets have got an injured player at the 35. That's the intended receiver on the play. I'm not sure who that was. Slow to get up.
Yeah, I can't see it. It was Maverick Walker for the Badgers on the interception, number 11-7. I think it's Barham, looks like.
I haven't seen Barham or Newell come off the field yet.
Looks like Barham. Newell is with the defense.
Okay.
I think it's a 7 over there.
Barham took a shot there as he was going up to catch that pass, so we'll hope he's okay.
It's like they're looking at that right leg, maybe, hopefully not in the knee area.
I was trying to go back and catch the delayed view of it. Yeah, he got rolled up as he came down. That's the tough part. He went up for the catch and ball tipped off his hands, and as he was coming down, the defender kind of went underneath him and took his legs out. So
there we go. He's getting up.
Good to see Barham. Maybe one of those circumstances where it hurt, scared you a little bit. Now you get the trainer out there to take a look at it. Band-Aid says you're good. Hop up, and we're off the field ready for football again.
Yeah, they hurt a little bit, and they feel scarier than they actually are. So you just want to be careful with it and not get up too fast.
So not the start the offense wanted. We'll see if the defense can take it away here from Beebe. So as the Badgers on their way out to the field, I got to jump over and get that roster.
Nope, false start.
So PI Roofing penalty to start. Again, they knew I needed a few extra seconds.
They're taking care of you.
Appreciate it. So, but some big games across, not just across our PCSSD networks tonight, obviously across the state. Two of the biggest ones, starting 7A. Brian Conway, I know you got that one over there in front of us. Looks like Conway. Is that Conway scoring already, or is that Bryant?
Yeah, that's Conway.
So Conway scores early. And of course, that's a huge one up in Conway. So many different things going on with that one. Beebe, they want to go deep right here on their first play, but pass was on the outside shoulder instead of the inside shoulder of the receiver. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 15 for the Badgers.
See, and that was number 9 on coverage. Let's pull up our new roster. Jeremiah Armstrong out there at corner on the coverage there.
That was Earl. Oh, I'm going to butcher that one. Okoye, I believe is how you say that last name, was the intended receiver. And how about this formation here for Beebe is they've got 4 receivers bunched to the near side.
Maumelle's going to have to get bodies out
They want to throw, but he bobbled it, throws it high, incomplete. And there's going to be a PI Roofing penalty on Beebe here on an illegal block while that ball was in the air. Newell got absolutely hammered on the play. And so that we'll see if Maupin decides to accept this penalty.
Good to see Newell getting up and walking off. That's one of those that can end up a little, little injury there. So he's able to get up and he's ready to go. And that's what, we talked about earlier. That's one of the biggest keys here, right? Everything's already set for our future for next week. So you want to make sure that you come out of this game healthy. Mm-hmm. Number 1, healthy and with the entire roster intact.
And that's a big piece of it. We know Jaden Worsham's a young man that's been dealing with some things. Obviously, senior night, he wants to be out there. Talking to Coach Maupin in pregame, he's they're hesitant to get him out there at least currently, and to try to make sure he's 100% healthy because he is going to be a huge weapon as we get into postseason play.
Back in that same formation, just got to make sure you got enough bodies over there.
Now they're going to switch it up as Beebe faces a 2nd down and 30-something here. We need the 19 for a 1st down. They'll go inside and taken down right at midfield. That was number 2, Braylon Sanders on the carry.
I think it was Timmons on the tackle there. Timmons took on a block and able to get his hands on the ball carrier and get him down. Beebe's throwing everything at you right now. A lot of stuff that you don't normally see, and just gotta kind of flow with it. Go with the punches and play defense.
So 3rd down and 24. something like that in that neighborhood, as they need the 19 for a first down. Quarterback drop, pressure coming. They wanted a screen. It wasn't there, and they got him in the backfield as they'll throw the quarterback down. As that's Bubba Johnson in on that play. He gets the sack. As number 19, Ty McCormick, the sophomore quarterback, gets taken down, and that's going to bring up a fourth down and forever for Beebe. And the defense answers the bell here after the offense turned it over on their first possession.
Big possession by the defense. You know, obviously one penalty helped to back them up, but it's not like the defense gave up a whole lot anyway. It's just the penalties helped you to scoot them back some. But they were trying to go deep, and you just didn't have time.
But, hey, negative yardage for the Beebe offense right now as they've gone way backwards the wrong way. Fourth down and 43. You don't get to say that a whole lot. And it goes over the punter. Let's see if he can make something out of it. He's not. Hornets are going to pull him down at the 15-yard line. And just like that, the Hornets have great field position. They're going to start this drive in the red zone.
There's more negative yardage right there. I don't know. That's gonna really muddy up your stat sheet whenever you look at that, especially at halftime. I don't mean you don't often see that, and that was opening possession.
Jim Ashley's going to have his work cut out down there with the stats. If this keeps up, maybe some sort of record going into the half. We'll have to tweet out.
Send it to the AAA. We got to get that in the books.
Got a decent contingent watching right now. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to do that for us. We're about 44 subscribers away from hitting that 1,000 mark. I'd love to do that before we get into playoffs next week. So Newell in the backfield next to Bjork. As Andrew Claps gets the snap. He's going to give it away to Newell. Newell hesitates, makes some guys miss in the backfield, breaks a tackle. Oh, goes the other way, and he's got a lot of room that way. He's going to go to the house. And Newell going to get inside to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give him 6. What a touchdown run by Elijah Newell.
I don't know how he he cut back, and I swear he stepped out of bounds. I don't know how he didn't, because he was right there on the sideline when he decided to reverse field. And he had a wall like there. It's like he planned it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it was perfect once he went the other way. You knew he was going in. And you're looking at the live feed here, my little delay. I can't tell because the official's in the way, but if the official who was right there said he didn't step out of bounds, and he obviously didn't.
Oh, yeah, he saw it.
So Cooper Forrest in to kick the extra point. That kick is up, and it's off uprights and no good.
Doinked it.
And so with 8:46 to go here in our first quarter, your Hornets lead it 6-0.
Big play, obviously defensively they put you in the red zone, and it takes one play, and Elijah works his magic, and he's able to get into the end zone on the other side of the field, and it was designed to go.
And that just goes to show just how electric and special Elijah Newell has been so far this year. As once again, he gets the job done, finds his way into the end zone on a play that was designed to go the complete other way. So great job there.
Good way to start. You talked about the first possession. That's not really how you wanted to start, but the defense took care of it. They put you where you needed to be, and now you're able to put one in and start it off pretty good after you got by that first interception.
Oh, sorry, Tyler. I had a little bit of a tickle in my throat. It was not going away there. I was afraid I was about to just start hacking right all over the place. All right, so Forrest kick this one deep, going to be returnable just inside or across the 15. But I think we got a head start by the kicking team, so we'll do this all over with a PI roofing penalty.
I was wondering, I feel like it was R21 who was on this side, and this guy didn't call it, but the guy on the far side did. Maybe, I don't know. But they sent a guy in motion, which you don't typically see on kickoff, and gave him a little bit of a running head start, and I think he was a little early.
I'll be honest, I was just kind of I wasn't really paying great attention to that. I'm not sure if I should admit to that. But I was honestly surprised when they kicked it initially that we didn't get it. It seems like at least the first kick every night we get this call.
We do typically get one, yep. See if we can, second time's a charm. I think once we've only got it 2 times in a row, right? Most of the time we get it fixed on the second one.
Yes. And now Forrest, they do fix it this time. Forrest kick going to be returnable again. This one from the 20. Hilliard misses him out across the 35, and that's where he'll be dumped. They're going to give him forward progress out to the 37-yard line.
I don't know. They had about 18 Hornets in there. I don't know how they got him picked up. They got him turned around, and they got him picked up and pushed down back again. He faced about 4 different directions during that tackle.
So it's funny, I'm sitting here kind of going through my I'm trying to update Twitter, X, whatever we call it now. And I went back because I just go back and copy and paste the different stuff. But I went back and copy and pasted my first post from last week. And the post was Hornets strike first. Elijah Newell scores from 15 yards out. I think I just need to change that to 16 yards out, and we're good to go this week.
Yeah, barely even had to change a thing.
Yep. All right, so Beebe back out on the field. Their second possession. Give it inside, trying to get it out to the left. The Hornets are all over it, as that is big number 55. I really should have a roster in front of me right now.
Caden Sherman. Caden Sherman.
You would think I knew these names by now. The end of the season, this is usually how it goes, though. I feel like we finally kind of get into that rhythm, and then suddenly we change everything up once again. So that's just how it goes. But at least one more game for our Hornets after this. So McCormick gets it, rolls to his right. He throws. Oh, boy, that's going to be a huge hit. Nice play by who else? Elijah Newell makes the tackle at the 40. Gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Elijah diagnosed that one pretty quick. You get that rollout, you're always going to have somebody in the flat. You got your levels concept, and typically that's where that ball goes. It's to the guy kind of coming out of the backfield, coming across the flat, and Elijah saw it quick, and he triggered, and he made a good tackle. It
was Caleb O'Neal on the completion, and I'll tell you, Tyler, just watching his body language after that hit, I don't know that he's going to be too apt to want to catch too many more passes throughout this game. He does not look like he was too happy about that shot. McCormick drop screen, just got it over the defender, but dropped by the receiver. And that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Badgers.
That's one. We had a few more bodies there than we did any last week. I'd expect to see Beebe try and hit us with a few screens after that's what hurt us against Valonia. We're able to diagnose it a little bit there. B.J. Beats was out there quicker than we had a chance to last week, so it looked a little bit better.
Tough to get it over a guy Joe Mason's size, too. 4th down. They've got the offense still on the field. I got to believe they're going to pooch kick this, though. As McCormick, now they do. Yeah, McCormick's going to step back an extra yard, so he's going to kick this away. We got nobody back to return it. It's a decent kick.
Just let it go.
Let's see if it takes our BB roll, and it does, as this one's going to roll inside the 20. And the Hornets will start this possession from around the 18-yard line.
Just give you a chance offensively to get a few yards on the stat sheet. Didn't have a chance to do that on your last possession, so maybe make it look a little bit better statistically this time.
So as we go across our PCSSD Sports Network right quick while we have a break, Mills and Valonia, what's at stake there? Mills wins. They're the number 1 seed in the 5A Central as Mills leads it early on 6-0. If you are watching that game, our scoreboard's not up and operational right now. Part of it is, but unfortunately our producer had an accident on the way in, and so buddy Trip Keeter's having to run both production and play-by-play tonight. So give the man some grace if you jump over to the Mills Sports Network tonight. Now Bjork wants to throw. He's got Cato. Cato makes the catch. Cato going to be dumped as he crossed the 30, but there is a PI roofing penalty in the holding area.
Yeah, you can typically figure out what the flag is whenever it's thrown right there at the feet of the offensive lineman.
It kind of gives it away. Let's see. We'll jump over, take a look at the Sylvan Hills Sports Network. Sylvan Hills trying to pick up their first win of the year all the way up at Greene County Tech. And they trail currently with 6:41 left in the first. That one 7-0 Eagles. We'll try this again. The gain is wiped away. They'll back it up. And Bjork will give it away. Newell looking for room. He's nice seam off to the right side. Breaks a tackle. And Newell out across the 20 to the 22-yard line. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 6 for the Hornets.
He was almost able to break that one again. Just had like one guy left. Well, Coach Moppin's looking up, screaming at somebody in the booth. I don't know what happened there, but I missed it.
And now Robinson and Pine Bluff, as Robinson's made their way down to Jordan Stadium. And Pine Bluff leads that one with 6:44 to go in the first quarter, 7-0. What's at stake there is to complete that to Allen Timmons over the right side. Out to the 25-yard line, 24-yard line is where they're going to spot it. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Hornets. But down at Jordan Stadium, Robinson and Pine Bluff doing battle. The winner of that one will be the 2 seed, assuming Mills takes care of business against Valonia tonight. So the Hornets get everybody set. 3 wide receivers here to the near side of the field. Solo receiver to the far side. Faked the handoff. Wants the slant. Had him, but he short-armed it.
I think it was Barham. Good to see Barham back out there, though. He may have been on their defense, just didn't really notice it, but he's out there running routes again, so that's good.
Yeah, I think I saw Barham out there defensively, so I think it was kind of more of the scare than anything, but it's going to bring up a 4th down, and the Hornets are going to punt it away as Timmons will step back to around the 11-yard line to receive the snap.
See how much of a boot Timmons can get on. I hadn't seen a whole lot of punts this year, but when we have, he got a pretty good little leg on him.
Yeah, you're right. We haven't seen much of the punt game out of the Hornets this year. Timmons, a good kick here. End over end. Going to bounce at the 43. Take a Hornet roll inside the 35. And the Hornets will down this at the 30-yard line. So all in all, a great kick there by Timmons. We do have a PI roofing penalty on the 0 of the 20.
May have been a hold on one of the gunners, possibly. Or not enough guys on the line of scrimmage, though, too, maybe. Because it was in.
Yeah, it's going to be a formation.
Yeah. So Timmons will just get a try again.
So they will back him up, make him kick it again. A reminder as well, if you're watching the Robinson Sports Network, if you happen to hop over there and get some funky angles, that is not a great setup over there, as I'm sure you remember from our broadcast down there, but they are stuck right in the stands, so tough setup for them camera-wise. So, all right, punt team is back on the field. We've got more whistles and another PI roofing penalty flag on the field.
I'll start this time. Maybe.
Let's see. We got flags all over the place, and it is a false start on the Hornets.
I guess whenever you don't punt a whole lot, it causes some issues whenever you do get out there and try and punt. Pine Bluff just scored again.
Yeah, big. That was about a 90-yard touchdown run, I think, for Pine Bluff there. I'd say, that snap. Good job by Timmons to get it down. He has to kick it quickly. This is not a good kick, as that one hits at the 38. Nearly hit a Badger, but instead goes out of bounds. And, boy, that penalty, those 2 penalties really hurt, as now instead of at the 30, Beebe will start this drive all the way up in Hornet territory at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, you had 10 yards worth of penalties, but that was about 30-something yards worth of field position that you got from those 10 yards worth of penalties.
So Pine Bluff now leads 13-0.
Pending the PAT.
Which we didn't see. So they'll hand this one. Oh, boy, they had him. Everybody converged on the quarterback, and they go outside with it. Good play call there by Beebe to take advantage of the Hornets' over pursuit.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Candler was kind of the first guy there on the play side, and it's tough. You got to make a decision quick right there. Just got to make sure you know who you have. And typically, you've got the quarterback, running back offset right there. Whoever's away from you is your guy. So Candler had the running back away from him in the formation, so he would have been a running back player, because if the quarterback pulls it, typically he's going to run the other way. So you got to make sure that you get the guy that's coming towards you, not the guy that would probably be going away.
All right, so motion man again here, as that ball nearly hit the motion man. Now right into the right side. He's got room across the 30, inside the 25, and taken down as he gets to the 20. That's going to be enough for an Acre Pharmacy first down for Beebe.
That was number 12, Caden Brooks, a guy that we saw a lot of since the Watson Chapel game, gotten a lot more playing time. A good tackle by a corner out goal.
That was Sanders again on the carry. Now they'll go back to the traditional setup. They'll have McCormick in the backfield. Is Jackson Marsh next to him. They'll hand it to the motion man. No, kept it up the middle. McCormick did. He is hit just across the 20-yard line. They're going to give him 3 on the play to the 17-yard line.
It's starting to show a lot of option type stuff. Give the quarterback a chance to give it or pull it. Not sure if he actually has the chance or if it's a called thing. Sometimes in high school, the play call is going to tell you who keeps it or not, or they might actually have a chance to read it. And it looks like he might actually be reading it, which makes it difficult to stop.
So McCormick again. Penalty on the field.
That one came from the back of behind the defense there, but again, typically going to maybe see a hold there.
You're right. Yep.
It's one where you had guys that were fighting to get off blocks, and they just wouldn't let them because they had a hold of that jersey.
Hey, you know what? Well, you know this because you showed it to me since Maupin asked you to carry it up to the press box. But we got the names of these gentlemen down there in the stripes. So, gentlemen, don't make any mistakes because we know who you are tonight. Our referee Josh Myers down there on the call. Oh, and Robinson is struggling down in Pine Bluff right now as like Quentin Murphy just lost about 25 yards on a play. And McCormick, he wants to throw it deep. Ball's kind of a floating duck. Let's see. It's got to be offensive, right?
I doubt it. It should be, but I doubt they're going to call it that.
Yeah, they're going to call defensive PIs, the PI roofing penalty, and not sure about that call, but
he got turned around. He had a chance to catch the ball. They're going to call. He puts his hands on him and extends. Whether he pushed him or not, his arms were extended before he turned around, and that's what they're going to call. They're going to say he pushed him, and then he tried to turn around and get to the ball, and that push is what they're going to call. But it's